Hi, you guys. So I wanted to come on here and discuss power. I just got off of an incredible call with a client, and we were discussing his fear of power. And it's really quite interesting because most of us know that we have a fear of failure. But what's the most sneaky of them all is our fear of power, our fear of success. So when we start to really unpack that, and that's what we got to do on our call here today, and that's what I want to come on here and share with you guys, because it was really interesting what came through when we started to discuss and unpack this piece about power. What I know to be true is that power is actually part of the Holy Cosmic Trinity, this trinity of wisdom, power, and love. And so power, however, just like love, has been deeply and profoundly distorted on our planet, in this planet of duality. And so how has it been distorted? Well, first of all, we see how power corrupts. We see how power is used to manipulate. We see how people of power use their power to create destruction, and therefore we are resistant to the paradigm, the definition of power that we've been living in, that we've witnessed. Because we've been suppressed, we've been repressed by people of power. So it's natural that we would have a resistance to power in general. And what you resist persists. So if you resist power, if you have resistance towards power or anger towards people in power or power in general, if you look at power as an inherently bad thing in any way, any part of you does, then you are blocking your own access to your own power. Another piece that is really interesting is many of us, and we've lifetimes where we were in a position or place of great power. Perhaps we were a leader of a tribe. Perhaps we were a shaman or a medicine woman. Perhaps we were a priest or a priestess or a king or a queen. And we had immense amount of power. And perhaps we used that power in a way where something happened that we want to avoid now. So now we're afraid of our own power. And an example of that can be a queen or a king who is at war with a warring nation and sends their warriors out to go fight this war, and they all die. And now you're afraid of your own power because you feel responsible for the death of all of your people. Perhaps there was a situation, again, as a person of influence or power, your power or your influence caused something to happen that was not preferable, the death of people or a person, pain to somebody that has caused you to fear your power. So there's many ways in which and reasons why energetically we can actually block ourselves off from our own personal power. And the other thing that was really powerful that came through during this session was we were working at an energetic level, right? So we were working to clear all of this stuff, him and I, in this session, clearing his energy body, his light body. We were traveling to that lifetime where he felt he abused his power and had become afraid of his power, and we were working to clear and heal those timelines. So this is the type of stuff that I guide others through. So as we were going through this unpacking of power, this energetic clearing, there was this guidance where we were disconnecting from the old inverted structures of power, the power over other rather than the internal power within, this personal power. And as we were recoding, it was like a recoding of the belief system. I could see it as like a Control-Alt-Delete of all of the old beliefs around power, that power is corrupting, that power is a manipulation, this inversion, or rather the shadow of power, the shadow expression of power. And I could see and feel the Control-Alt-Delete, and then this bringing in of the true energy or frequency or codes of God, source power, this power within, this idea of personal power. And what is true power? And how can we embody this new paradigm of power? So it's this reclamation of power, reclamation of personal power. So where have you given your power away? In other words, showing up as your most authentic expression of self, unapologetically, not wearing any mask, not trying to mold or fit yourself into a box of what society has said is right or acceptable, not what you've been conditioned to believe or how you've been conditioned to show up in the world, but to show up, to know thyself so deeply and to be afraid and to not really care at some level what other people think about you, and to show up in that fullness and that fullness of expression. That is power. To not allow your mind, the conditioned thoughts and beliefs to control your reality, to not allow your emotional triggers to control your reality, but to have true emotional intelligence, to have tools available to you to regulate your nervous system, to heal, to self-heal, to not be a victim of your life circumstances, but to truly reclaim your power and become empowered as the master creator of your reality. That is power. To not feel hopeless and helpless, but instead to know that you create your reality and that you can choose anew. That is power. To be living a life that you absolutely love. To be tapped into your internal guidance system. To not seek anything outside of you because you are so deeply resourced within, tapped into your own self-love, your own personal power, your own personal wisdom. To not seek from other, but to have your own personal discernment, your own guidance system, access to your own internal guidance system to always know what is right for you. That is power. This is this new paradigm of personal power that we're stepping into. It's internal power within. To show up authentically as self, guided, needing nothing. It's this independence based off of interdependence, right? Like knowing that you actually need nothing from no one. Like I can be my own lover. I don't need to receive love from outside of me. I don't need to receive acceptance from outside of me. There's nothing that anybody can provide me that I can't provide myself. So this personal power, this new paradigm of power, this invitation that we're all being invited into to reframe how we see and view power. Because it is our beliefs around power, as we have seen it expressed in its shadow side and its shadow frequency on this planet for so long, that is causing us to be afraid of our own power. That is causing us to actually block ourselves from our own source of power. And so we get to reclaim that power. We get to reclaim our beliefs around power. And we get to see it as that holy cosmic trinity of wisdom, Sophia, the feminine, information, knowledge, power, the masculine, and love. This true frequency of the cosmic trinity, power, love, and wisdom. And so we get to redefine first what power means to us, and then we get to excavate all of the places and spaces that say that we're not enough, we're not good enough, the fear of our own power, the fear of what could happen. We get to rewrite and heal timelines where maybe we did misuse or abuse our power. We get to clear out all of the beliefs and all of the fear attached to the experiences in our reality that showed us that we should be afraid of our power. And we get to create new beliefs rooted in truth. In fact, we get to delete the beliefs because a belief is just a thought that you keep on thinking. And if a belief, if it is not true for every molecule of the universe, then it is a belief. So what beliefs do you want to create your reality around? Or you could just get rid of all beliefs and just choose to anchor solely into truth. And the truth is that you are an infinite, limitless, powerful being of love and light, a spark of the divine, an aspect of source, of creator, here to know thyself, experience thyself, to evolve, to grow, to remember that you are love, you are all that you desire and require, you are all that you seek. You are not the victim of your life experiences, but rather you are the orchestrator. Life is not happening to you, but for you and by you. You get to reclaim your power, to step into your personal power. So I pray and hope that this was supportive and helpful for you too, as an energetic transmission to reclaim our power, to control, alt, delete all of the beliefs that have us afraid of our own personal power, control, alt, delete the shadow frequency of how power has expressed itself on our planet for millennia, this power over another, as we move into this new earth reality, or just a new way of being, you guys, that is not anchored in separation, fear, hate, division, but instead that is anchored in love. Love is this magnetic frequency that is unifying all separation into unity, into wholeness. So do not be afraid of your power. Your embodiment of your personal power is how you are going to change the world, beloved. Because in your emanation and your expression of power in its highest God source frequency, as God intended power to be, personal power, free will power, you will impact and change the world. You will inspire the world. And that is true power. Power from a place of leadership, not from a place of I am in charge, this hierarchical pyramid where power equals money, power equals position, but instead this more circular idea of power where we are each standing in our sovereign power. We each see and know the value that we all hold as master creators of our reality, as infinite, limitless beings. And we are here to come together, bringing our personal power together so that we create something even greater, even more magnetic, even more powerful than one could be in isolation by self. I pray and hope that this was helpful, this was supportive. Drop any comments below, drop any questions below. Drop your experience around power. How have you been rewriting your relationship to power? How have you navigated and worked through your own fear of your success, your fear of power? Because again, it's sneaky, you guys. It's really sneaky. So many of us, we really feel that fear of failure, whereas this fear of power is much more subtle. Your fear of your own success, it's much more subtle. And if you are listening to this, beloveds, you are a light leader, you are a new earth visionary. You are here to be in a position of power, personal power, to empower others through your embodiment of your own sovereign divine power. And so I invite you to tune into and to clear out and reevaluate and come into right relationship with the energy, the frequency of power, this energy of God, of the divine. All right, I love you.